All right, welcome to 2024 and another Coffee with Heathens. This year, we're going to be more serious, give or take, and we're going to have a lot more interesting classes going on this year. We're also working on a special seminar with Four Winds Ancestral Skills that I'll get to in a minute, but as always, coffee first. Ah, yes, and one more because that was good. All right, now, the big project I'm working on this year with Four Winds Ancestral Skills, that'll be Dan. He's a really good survival instructor, one of the best I've met, and I've met a few of them. I've been studying survival since I was a kid, and I still learn some cool things when I work with Dan and go hang out with him. I kind of cut off at the Iron Age as far as my skills go, except, the friction fire, which nobody enjoys doing, but, I can still do that too. But he goes all the way back to the Stone Age and even into the Wood Age, which nobody really talks about. So he's pretty hardcore. He's in the St. Francis County area in Missouri, southeast Missouri. I can't say enough about his skills and how good he is. In fact, I heard that he was making a video when it was -4 outside the other day about how to survive when it's -4 outside. So be looking for that. I'm sure he'll have that out soon. Me, hot coffee. That's how I survive when it's -4 outside. Anyway, I got my list of stuff that I'm going to be doing at this seminar with Four Winds Ancestral Skills. It's going to be at Brittany Woods in Fredericktown, Missouri. We'll have the exact address and stuff for the people that uh, get online and pay for the class and are going to be there because everybody's going to have to pay up front because I think it's like I should have got this information, but it's big enough anyway. It doesn't matter. It's like 140 acres owned by a pagan family, and it's been set up so they have multiple beautiful ritual sites there. The land's taken care of on a regular basis. We won't be using any of the actual ritual sites because we're not going to be doing that kind of thing. But you'll have some free time to walk around for a little bit, and you can scope things out, see how a traditional pagan setup looks like. Okay, I always enjoy going out there and walking around, and they are gracious enough to let me and Crow Spirit come to some of their rituals, so we go hang out with them. And it's all in all, it's a really beautiful place, and the people are pretty beautiful people. All right, Dan from Four Winds Ancestral Skills, who also likes coffee, will be working on the basics. How to find and purify water. This may change with Dan, but he said he's going to hit these, so I'm going to go ahead and cover them. How to find and purify water, how to forage for edible food, because Missouri is notorious for lookalike plants that will kill you. Dan's really good at finding the ones that won't. He can even find the ones that taste good, which is, almost beyond my skill. He's going to be talking about shelter and how to make fire with and without stuff that you may have brought with you, or if you didn't expect anything to go sideways and you're out there learning how to rub two sticks together. Either way, he's going to hook you up and take care of that. That'll be several hours. We haven't finished hammering out the full outline for the class, but it's going to be between 8 and 10 hours, probably closer to 8. And so it'll be just on Saturday, not August, I apologize, April 20th on a Saturday, so it'll still be nice out. You won't get swarmed by bugs, you won't sweat through your clothes, but yeah, it'll be nice enough that you won't need a parka and gloves, kind of like you do today here in Missouri. All right, and I'm going to be going over my list here, my trusty list. I actually have a list that I remembered this time. I'm going to be talking about the importance of Northern European shamanism, magical training skills, and all that, and being in nature. Everything in the reference lore says you've got to be in nature to develop your skills, develop your knowledge, and to be close to the land whites, your ancestors, and get to know Mother Earth or Nerthus, Yord, however you want to put that, to really develop and nourish the talents you're trying to train and put together. We're going to be talking about the soul construct and why that's important for Northern European shamanism. Your internal journey to meet your Fylgja. Fylgja is kind of like your tour guide, except he's got something to teach you, or she's got something to teach you, and then they introduce you to the other parts of your soul. And all the lore specifically speaks about needing to getting all the different parts of your soul, all 9 or 8 of them, working together in harmony, and that's how you develop real magical skills and begin to learn how to understand yourself and nature and the natural environment and everything like that. We're going to understand how your Fylgja works with the other parts of yourself. We're going to talk about your inner and outer world trees and what those are and why they're important. We're going to have staff and drum. We're going to learn how to develop our own shamanic song and rhythm by listening to nature. This is exactly how I learned it, except I learned it with a Native American flute, but then I turned around and learned it with the drum and the staff. So I'm going to show this ancient technique to all you guys that show up. And then we're going to talk about the land whites and your ancestors and how to get their attention, how to honor them, and how to get them to work with you, because some land whites do not like humans. Can't figure out why for the life of me. And we're also going to tell you, teach you how to protect yourself from those that would harm you, and then encourage trust in those that'll work with you and learn about your ancestors. And it's the good land whites and your ancestors that provide you protection when you're out in nature and or you're doing rituals and things like that. So it's very important to understand all of that. But that is with Dan, April 20th. It's a Saturday, Brittany Woods, Fredericktown, Missouri. Google it. And it'd probably be between 8 and 10 hours. So we haven't got the price completely logged down yet. I want to say it's going to be about $80. So I mean, that's just phenomenal. Even 4 hours of prime experienced survival training anymore is going to cost you like $200. So the fact that you're getting 4 to 5 hours of that of survival training from a solid instructor than shamanic skills, because I usually charge a lot more when I do private seminars, a lot more. So it's coming in good at $80. I mean, hell, I almost want to pay it and take the class myself. And there probably will be camp coffee there for those who drink coffee. Now, the classes that Modern American Shamanism is going to offer in 2024, we've shooken things up. We spent a year teaching, actually 2 years teaching all of our basic programs. And I think everybody that wants to take those classes has finally taken them. So we're moving on. All right. These are some of the things that are going to be in, or that are in our Fire and Ice Shamanism book 1, and some of the things that are going to be in our Fire and Ice Shamanism book 2, as well as generalized heathen and Germanic pagan knowledge and classes. The first one, well, not the first one, this is just a list of class. I'm not sure the order they're going to come in yet. We're going to be working on discovering your personal inner world tree. There's a basic and an intermediate class, and why these are important. Gods and goddesses, the Norse gods and goddesses. We're going to be learning about those and how to work with them if that's your choice, and what's their purpose and what they, I guess, are responsible for, are over. We're also going to be learning something that is very rarely taught, and I really spent a lot of time mulling this over before I decided to teach this class or offer it. That is the 6 sacred ceremonies of the Germanic pagan or Norse heritage. Let's see, what would some of those be? Sauna. Sauna is so misunderstood, and there's so much more than sitting in there and getting a good sweat. It is a serious healing ritual. People gave birth in there. People meditated in there. People treated their sick and injured in there. It's just this awesome healing experience, and to understand how it works and how to work with the sauna, excellent. Another one, cold water dowsing. That's the perfect weather for that. In fact, I think tomorrow, against my better judgment, I'm going to be out there with a 5-gallon bucket and a thing of cold water in the snow. I don't know if I'll film that or not. Who knows? You might get to hear me yell like a little girl. Plus, there's several more. If you want to figure out what they are and learn about them and how to do them, watch out for classes. Just like we talked about with the seminar with Four Winds Ancestral Skills on April 20th and Modern American Shamanism, where Dan's going to be teaching basic survival skills and I'm going to be teaching basic shaman skills. Check that out. I'm also going to be doing another class of working with your Fylgja. It'll be a much longer class than is going to be offered at the seminar because we only got so many hours trying to fit it into one day while it's daylight out. Coffee. And as always, my ever requested, I don't think I put like alcohol in here, but I may have ever requested rune classes. I know everybody loves those. We're definitely going to be getting into a couple more of those this year. Probably teach the big introductory class again. Everybody really likes that. And then instead of breaking the other rune classes down into like individual ets, we're going to spend try and fit together a bigger class time and go over all the runes at once and how to do all of, I say all, there's two, three, four ways of reading the runes that are pseudo traditional and then are very specific, very traditional Germanic way to read the runes that everybody finds very helpful and really enjoys. We might have Modern American Shamanism's own version of rune cards that we can put with the rune class. It's just people feel comfortable with the cards, and it's a good way to kind of find to explain things more when you start getting into your own personal web of weird and how it interacts with other people's when you're using the runes. So we might have that. No promises. I'm still waiting on the publisher and the people that are finishing up the card designs, but it's all going to be original, and from what I've seen, they are nice. And then this is going to be offering our second phase of cross training, meditation cross training. We've spent the last 4 years teaching the basic program, and now people are at the point where they're wanting something more because some people still can't bridge that gap between cross training for meditation and then actual meditation. The meditation we teach for our shaman programs. So we developed an intermediate phase. It's just as simple, but it really kicks in and bridges that gap. So hopefully by the end of this year, people will be hardcore meditating and ready to develop more actual shaman skills that everybody keeps looking for and asking about. So that's what the class is. That's a baseline. Crow Spirit will probably be offering some herb classes this year. We're going to be looking at going back up to Festus, possibly Alchemy Gallery. We may be teaching some classes in Farmington. I don't know yet. We're going to have to hang in there and see that. I got to talk with the owners. We're going to have 2 new books coming out this year, Crossing Fingers and Toes and everything. Our book on Norse gods and goddesses should be done here by beginning of April. And then I'll be working on the second book for our Fire and Ice Shamanism program in Germanic Hexcraft. So what's slowing me down is some more of the Germanic hex information. It is not easily tossed around and it's difficult to find, but I've got some irons in the fire talking with some people in Pennsylvania, and hopefully I can get things squared away. Excuse me, I am very sorry about that. So, as always, if you have any questions, please just send us a message on Facebook, or you can go to our webpage and check that out. All this stuff will be in the descriptions below, and hopefully see you guys in another week or two with another very informative video. Watch out for our Facebook posts on Modern American Shamanism Facebook page for more information about times and how to sign up for and pay for the seminars on April 20th with Four Winds Ancestral Skills and Modern American Shamanism. And hang in there, and we will talk to you later.